So, the title of this might be a little bit iffy, and if you came in for the controversy, good for you. What I was thinking about when I titled this, what I titled it, is the notion that age does not always equal to maturity. Because I've been in situations where I was like the youngest person in the room, right? And people will come down my throat. No innuendo. But like people will like, you know what I mean? And it'll be people twice my age, three times my age. Like just lacking all sorts of awareness, lacking all sorts of like maturity, you know what I mean? And so that's what I mean when I titled it what I titled it, because a lot of people like to say I'm grown or like I'm an adult or whatever, and it's like, okay, that's fine. You've lived however many years on earth, but like, you know what I mean? Like, do you take the time to reflect? Do you take the time to like consider your actions? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care that you're like 62. Like, you know, that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of it. What matters is like, you know, what you're doing with your energy, what you're doing with your, you know what I mean? But also, if I were to feed into the controversy of what I did decide to title this on the inverse, I think the biggest reason why we should be mindful of interacting with like younger people, with like, you know what I mean, is because in some cases, not all cases, their minds are not fully developed. They have not had the space or experiences to develop in the same way that we might have. And I say might have because I'm talking from the perspective of someone who has done a lot of inner work. I'm talking from the perspective of someone who is very keen on observation of both his environment and himself. So I'm talking from that perspective. Because a lot of people who try to like participate in this conversation are not people who have done, you know, and there's no judgment, there's no shame, but I will say like some conversations just happen better when people of maturity are involved. You know what I mean? I'm only 27. I'm about to be 28 in less than a week. And once again, I've observed a lot of different people. I've observed the ways that people like exist. And once again, most of the people that I've interacted with that I've observed to be majorly immature are people who are like, once again, twice my age, three times my age. And it's really sad because it's like, how did you live this much life and then you didn't like think to develop some sort of wisdom or like, you know what I mean? Like, people would just be doing shit and like, it's like, come on, man, what the fuck? Let's grow up, let's evolve, you know?